The White Lotus Explained. Season 2 of The White Lotus moves to a luxury resort in Taormina, Sicily, and asks a single, devastating question. Is it better to know the truth about the people closest to you, or to choose not to look? 3 groups of guests arrive already fractured. A newly rich tech couple vacationing with old money friends they don't trust. 3 generations of Italian-American men chasing a heritage built on lies. And a wealthy heiress married to a man who's hiding something. Over 1 week, every character is tested by what they discover about the people around them. The flash forward in the premiere tells us multiple guests will be dead by week's end. The season's real engine is watching which strategy, confrontation or denial, vigilance or willful blindness, leads to survival, and which leads to destruction.
A body in the water off the coast of Sicily. Daphne Sullivan, one of the resort guests, goes for a swim and finds a dead guest floating beside her. More bodies turn up, all from the same hotel. Then the season rewinds 1 week and every person you meet could be the one who doesn't make it.
3 groups check into this luxury resort in Taormina, and everyone is already cracked. Ethan and Harper Spiller, a newly rich tech couple, are here with Ethan's old money college roommate Cameron Sullivan and his wife Daphne.
Then 3 generations of DeGrasso men. Grandfather Bert, Hollywood producer Dominic, Stanford grad Albie, on a heritage trip to find their Sicilian roots. And Tanya McCoy-Hunt, the returning heiress from season 1, arrives with a husband who's already making whispered phone calls to someone at night.
The force that destabilizes everything is Cameron. From day 1, he's crossing lines, strips naked in front of Harper with their connecting door wide open.
Then follows her into the ocean for a private conversation. Brings sex workers and MDMA into his hotel room while Ethan is right there. Eventually puts his hand on Harper's thigh under the table at dinner. Every few days, he pushes one more boundary, testing how far he can go.
Right, but the real damage isn't what Cameron does, it's Ethan's response. Every time Harper raises a concern, he dismisses it. That pattern of minimizing is what actually cracks their marriage open.
And then Cameron locks Ethan into silence. After the night with the sex workers, Cameron demands bro code, say nothing. So Ethan literally can't tell Harper the truth without admitting he was in the room when it happened.
And a condom wrapper ends up in the Spiller's room through the connecting door.
Harper finds it, sits on it for a full day, then deploys it strategically. Ethan confesses that Cameron slept with 2 women while on drugs, swears he didn't participate. Harper grudgingly accepts, then spends a wine-tasting trip near Mount Etna, humiliating him in front of everyone, poking at their dead sex life.
Exactly. She's not interested in reconciliation at that point. She's testing how much of the story is still hidden.
Which brings us to Daphne, and the question the entire season keeps circling. How does someone survive a marriage built on lies? How does she stay married to Cameron and come out intact?
She tells Harper early on that Cameron cheats, but refuses to be destroyed by it. Doesn't monitor him, does what she wants. Strategic disengagement as a way of life.
And that looks like denial at first.
But by the finale, it's the survival strategy. Daphne counsels Ethan after everything blows up. Stop trying to know every detail about your partner. Do whatever you need to not feel like a victim. Then leads him to a nearby island. Whatever happens there, he comes back changed.
So the season's secret philosopher is the woman everyone dismissed as a shallow trophy wife. Now, Tanya. Her storyline goes somewhere much darker. Her husband Greg leaves for Denver early in the week, claiming a work crisis. Immediately, a charming Englishman named Quentin approaches her at the hotel.
And Quentin is running a long con from the first compliment. He separates Tanya from her assistant Portia by having his supposed nephew Jack romance her. Takes Tanya to Madama Butterfly, an opera about a woman abandoned by the man she loves who kills herself. Then introduces her to his armed cocaine dealer.
Meanwhile, Tanya starts catching lies. She walks in on Jack sleeping with Quentin. The nephew story was never real.
Then she finds a photo at Quentin's villa. A young Quentin with a man who looks exactly like Greg. That connects her husband to the people surrounding her. The whole circle was coordinated.
And the prenup is the motive. Greg gets nothing in a divorce, but inherits everything if Tanya dies. On the yacht in the finale, she assembles the full conspiracy. Greg chose Sicily, left to create an alibi, and Quentin's circle was supposed to ensure she never came home.
While she's trapped on that yacht with them.
Now, the DeGrassos work differently, but hit the same nerve. 3 generations on a heritage trip, but Dominic already has Lucia, a local sex worker, as a client before the trip even starts. His marriage collapsed from serial cheating, and his son Albie doesn't know any of it.
And when they visit their ancestral village, hoping for a warm homecoming, 3 generations of women angrily shut the door on them.
The heritage they crossed an ocean to claim rejects them completely. But the deeper failure is personal. Bert was unfaithful for decades. His wife died bitter. Dominic repeated the pattern. And Albie, who lectures his father the entire trip about actually changing, falls for the same woman without knowing her history.
The family's moral authority. Played the hardest because his savior complex is just the millennial version of his grandfather's entitlement. He finds out Lucia is a sex worker and doesn't walk away. He pays, rationalizes it as rescue, and the con locks in.
Lucia manufactures a perfect rescue scenario. A man she calls her pimp, a debt she needs to pay off. Albie leverages Dominic's guilt, calls it a karmic payment for years of womanizing, and extracts 50,000 euros from his own father.
Does Dominic even see it coming?
Tells Albie flat out that the girl is playing him. But Albie offers the one thing Dominic actually wants, to advocate with his mother for reconciliation. So Dominic pays.
The kid who lectured his father about change all season turned out to be the family's easiest mark.
The finale detonates all 3 storylines at once. Harper admits Cameron kissed her, touched her leg at dinner, suggested they go upstairs, latch the connecting door. Ethan storms to the beach, finds Cameron in the water, and starts swinging. Tries to hold him under.
Right. A whole season of suspicion exploding at once. And the dynamic completely flipped. Ethan spent the whole season defending himself against Harper's accusations, and now he's the one consumed by what she might have done.
Daphne resolves it. That night, Ethan and Harper reconnect with more passion than the entire trip. But neither has told the full truth. He never admitted being in the room. She may not have disclosed everything about the kiss.
But isn't that exactly Daphne's point? That a functioning marriage sometimes means not insisting on the complete picture.
Maybe. But Tanya insists on the complete picture, and it kills her. She locks herself in Nicolo's cabin on the yacht, finds rope, duct tape, and a gun in his bag. When he forces the door, she shoots him, Quentin, and Didier.
She fights back, kills the men who were going to kill her.
But the captain flees. She can't steer the yacht. Tries to climb into the dinghy, slips, hits her head, drowns. She was right about everything, and it still wasn't enough.
And Greg, who orchestrated the entire conspiracy from Denver, presumably inherits her fortune. The plot succeeds even though every conspirator is dead.
Next morning, Daphne finds Tanya's body while swimming. The flash forward from the premiere. And Lucia slips out of Albie's room while he sleeps, walks through Taormina with her friend Mia, and greets Alessio on the street.
Alessio was never a pimp. He's a hotel employee. The debt, the stalking, the threats, all staged. Lucia played every wealthy man at that resort across the entire season and walked away with 50,000 euros.
The only person who got exactly what she came for. So the question the season leaves you with, who actually survives this?
The couples who chose not to know everything. And Tanya, who figured out the conspiracy, fought back, killed the plotters, is the one who didn't make it. The season doesn't endorse ignorance or condemn truth-seeking. It shows you the cost of each choice and doesn't pick a winner.